Welcome back to the Buzz in the Box podcast. I'm your host, Eric Fogarty, and I'm joined with my two co-hosts today, Jude, Rondina, and Michael Feldbloom. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
That's it? Hey?
Good. It's going
Are you
good.
used to me normally
You have to
saying,
ask-
how you guys doing?
Okay, good.
Leafs
Thank you for
won.
asking me. Leafs won. I'm over the moon, ecstatic, because they beat the Montreal Canadiens, who happen to be the second best North Division team, even though they didn't play a good game. Final score was 4-2, and it was a pretty boring game, but we still have to do this podcast, so let's get right into it. 1 minute and 16 into the game, and Josh Anderson scores a goal. What are your thoughts on that?
One Frederick Anderson.
Yes.
That Josh Anderson guy kind of just makes me mad because everyone makes him out to be like this amazing guy, and like he's a good goal scorer and everything, but what he did wasn't special. I don't know. It was like fine. Like I don't notice him otherwise, but that was just a bad change by the Leafs, that goal, and Anderson should not have let it in.
Yeah, I just personally found that Anderson just didn't seem ready. It looked like he like missed warm up or something like that. Like he went into the game cold. Like someone just got pulled and he went in, and he just didn't really look ready for that shot. But aside from that, he was kicking right back into the game after that. It looked like he didn't let in the soft one. So
Yeah, and we can all say that it was bad defensive play. Like it was clearly a bad turnover by I think Nylander, but I have to give Josh Anderson credit because it was a very, very good play by him. He finishes his hit on Muzzin, almost throws him over the boards, and then goes down on that break and scores like a minute into the game. That's a very good play from a very talented player. And I disagree, Felly. I think he's pretty talented.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm just saying that I think he gets too much credit.
Yeah.
Eric likes every other team in the North Division except for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, okay. But the North Division is high scoring, so he does have more goals than he should. Like
it's so funny. Like he's looked at as like a grinder, and like he's scoring. So
yeah, when they traded Domi 1-for-1, I was like, who is this guy? I literally didn't know who he was. I was like, Domi. I know Domi's valuable, but I didn't know who this guy was. So I don't know. I think it's just like annoying when the announcers go on and on about this one guy who's not that good. Like he's good, but he's not like that good. Like you can go on and like rave about McDavid all you want. Like it's Josh Anderson. Why do you keep talking about him? It's just annoying to watch. I don't know.
Just to play the other fans and like the other end of the stick. How do you think people feel when all they do is talk about Matthews?
Well, Matthews is a great goal scorer in the NHL. While Josh Anderson's literally a grinder. So
I mean,
that's like someone going off about Cassian. That's like someone being like Cassian's going nuts.
Other fans are like, it's definitely annoying to hear about Matthews all the time, but it's the same thing when we hear about McDavid all game or Draisaitl all game, or Thomas Chabot, who's like pretty good also, but like, why do we have to hear about him all game? You know? It's like the announcers didn't stop talking about Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson this,
Draisaitl. Draisaitl is a name that they can't keep out of their mouth.
Yeah, it's like McDavid and Draisaitl are both amazing players, but it's like they won't stop talking about Draisaitl. It's weird. It's kind of weird. I don't know what it is.
I guess it's just like, I don't know. A lot of players are overhyped, but
I personally think this should be a podcast strictly for Mikko Koskinen now, and we
100%.
just only talk about him.
I love his bald head.
Yeah, we'll be like at 8:00 in this morning. Mikko Koskinen woke up,
and then he greased his head.
he shined it.
He shined his head.
Anyway, moving on. This next note, I kind of feel like I should be getting a lot of credit for this. So this is what I wrote down. So I said Montreal is a good defensive team, and they're focusing on the Matthews and Marner line. Like they're playing their best defensive players out against them. So I said other lines will need to step up if the Leafs want to win this game.
You get no credit for that.
That's exactly what happened in the game. Other lines stepped up.
Well, the defenseman stepped up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last thing I had for the first period was I don't know if you guys noticed this. I told Jude before the podcast, but the puck was literally bouncing everywhere. Like it would not stay on the ground. I don't know if you guys.
I didn't notice that actually.
Well, I did, and it caused like.
He's totally lying.
I'm just making this all up.
Yeah.
Anyways, the second period, JT got hurt, and he just had a little blood on his face from a collision with Weber, and they put Nylanders, Matthews, and Marner out for about one shift, and they just dominated.
That was an amazing shift.
They looked so scary. And then the rest of the period was just like nails on a chalkboard, boring to watch. No goals, no nothing, no action, nothing until 15 minutes and 18 seconds in, when Dermott snipes a goal from Muzzin and Tavares. And Tavares, after he got injured and came back, he was flying out there.
Oh yeah, he was well rested.
BCSS alumni, Travis Dermott.
Yes, BCSS alumni Travis Dermott came back from injury, and he looked pretty good. And then Tavares came out, and he was flying. But overall, a pretty slow period. If you guys have any extra notes on it, you can go ahead and if you want to bring up a point about that period or anything.
No, you're right. It was a pretty boring period. There's not much to say about it. I was gonna give you the second period.
A lot of back and forth, not much going on. Kind of neutral.
Yeah, most chances were missed. I remember Corey Perry had a perfect chance in front of the net, just shot it wide.
And same with our shots on Price. They were pretty good at keeping them to the outside for the most part. Not kind of those walking into the slot.
Yeah. And really until the third period, it was kind of a really good defensive game from both teams. So credit to both teams for defense. Yeah. Is there something you wanted to say about the second period, Felly?
No, I forgot.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to the third period. So after 2 periods of just boring defensive hockey, something similar that happened in the Vancouver game, the third Vancouver game, happens in this period. At 1:50 into the period, Justin Hall takes a slap shot, and it goes right in on Price from JT and Muzzin. An absolute clap bomb.
That was a laser.
Oh yeah.
Nice shot, yeah.
Price had no chance. And then I think it was 40 seconds after that, so really, really similar to the Vancouver game, the Leafs score again to make the game 3-1. It was Mikheyev this time, his first goal of the season.
Finally.
Herford and Hyman.
Yeah, really. Superman. That play looked like everyone fanned on the puck on that entire play. Kerfoot fanned on it to Mikheyev, and then Mikheyev got 50%, and it just fluttered in. He was just lucky that Price was not there. I don't know. It looked like a pretty choppy play, but a goal's a goal, right? So
yeah. And Felly, every time you don't send the Campbell soup ad to us, Mikheyev
he does something.
Yeah.
So I won't send it to you guys now.
You were jinxing
again. Yeah. I did it for the first game of the season. I was super excited for the first game.
Great game or whatever he says.
He goes, today the soup of the day is Campbell's Chunky Chicken Soup. Let's go Leafs.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love the European videos, European players trying to speak English and stuff.
Yeah, it's funny.
Not European videos. That's not no.
What? Yo.
That's not what I was saying.
Let's keep going.
Anyways.
And then I wrote down another thing. Besides the first goal, Frederick Anderson, he was looking really sharp and consistent. But as I was writing that down, 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes into the third period,
Tatar scores. Sharp? Did you say sorry? Continue.
No. Correct me.
Okay. Did you say sharp inconsistent or sharp and consistent?
Sharp and consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, he had 30 saves.
I'd like to tell you both something. That being said, yes, he's looking good throughout the games. I just think there's just what we're missing is that aspect that Frederick Anderson does not have compared to other teams and Stanley Cup goalies is his consistency. Because a good example is Binnington in the playoffs last year was consistently bad, and Binnington this year is consistent. If you look at fantasy, that's a good example to look at how they're doing in terms of saves, right? And if they have pretty even numbers, right? When Anderson to start off was just low, he was consistently bad, and then he had a great game and then another bad game. So I feel like the Leafs just need that consistently good, and then we should literally be, if we're not already a powerhouse, we should be one of the best teams in the league. with that consistent goaltending. And I think he has the power to. He just doesn't have it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And to furthermore add on to your point, I believe that the Leafs
What
should
is this, a
trade.
forum discussion?
I'm actually writing an essay currently. But furthermore, the
Am I?
Leafs should trade for Mikko Koskinen.
And his bald head.
Thank you. Thank you.
We
Is that all
we
you
need
want to
more
go?
baldness.
Do you want to go
No.
over the game stats quickly?
I just
Sure.
had one more thing.
Okay, let's
to
do your
say.
thing.
Yeah, that goal by Tatar was from bad turnovers by the Leafs. I think it was like Nylander or something. He kept turning it over. But to be fair, it was a good, like, not to just rip on the Leafs, but it was a good forecheck from the Habs. And then with about 1 minute left in the game, Hyman gets the empty netter from Matthews and Muzzin, and Marner's point streak ended, but Matthews continued his point streak but lost his goal streak.
Lost his goal streak, yeah. It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be against Montreal, but the Leafs win streak continues, and that's what matters most.
Yeah, I agree.
So the
Of
Leafs
course.
are
They moved
now
to what? Is it 11?
11, 2-1.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
I
crazy.
think first in the league, first in the North. Now they're 5 points ahead of Montreal.
Yeah.
You know what would be sick right now? If
What?
we go into this and we have like a cool transition that says like the stat quiz, and then another transition, and then it goes to Felly asking us stat questions, and then
No, he's got to edit it.
I am not editing anything. I have a test
Anyways.
tomorrow morning.
We will see about that stuff, but right now we'll just go over the stats quickly. So shots on goal, we kind of know what the shots on goal were. They're 35 for the Canadiens, 24 for the Leafs. This is the second game in a row the Leafs have given up 35 shots. So that's not good. They have to limit that. But that just shows that Anderson's playing well, and stopping 33 of 35 shots is really good. So next face off, what do you guys think?
Oh, I heard a stat. I think Matthews was like 12 for 20 in the face-off dot. But I'm going to say face-offs overall 55 to 45 for Leafs.
Okay, Jude?
I gotta go with the reverse of what Eric said.
Okay, so Eric was very close. 53 Leafs, 47 Canadiens.
Oh.
Let's go.
So that's an interesting statistic that will go over each game. Both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play.
Did you just break your shoulder?
Guys dislocated his shoulder in front of us.
No, that's just what happens. Because I hurt my shoulder when I was younger, like in grade 8, and now it just cracks all the time. So yeah. Anyways, did you hear it? Like you could hear that?
Yeah, it was
loud and clear.
Really? Yeah. I hear it, but I thought I was the only one that could hear it. Okay. Well, that's weird. Okay, so each team had 8 penalty minutes, but there were 2 offsetting, so there were 2 4-on-4s.
Yeah.
That happened, which were both in favor.
What did
of
you
the
guys
Leafs.
think about the Hyman embellishment?
Oh, I thought that was stupid.
Yeah, that was very stupid. The rest they were trying to even out the call. I don't know. But
the Leafs scored on both 4-on-4 penalties.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I was gonna say, is that just shows you how much more skilled the Leafs are than the Canadiens, first of all, but like any other team in the league. It's like speed, skill. When there's just like a little bit more space on the ice, the Leafs dominate.
Yeah, and they dominate 5-on-5 too. That's
because they're full of skill. But yeah, they do as well. But you can see it even more in 4-on-4, just because there's that much like more space. And the Canadiens, they didn't even they barely touched the puck when it was 4-on-4. It's because they don't have as much skill. They've got like heart and they can they can battle. But when it gets to skilled stuff, the Canadiens don't really stand a chance against the Leafs when it gets to that point.
No, we're
anyways, hits. You guys have any guesses? Was one team more physical than the other?
I think the Canadiens were a lot more physical.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Eric on this one. The Canadiens had 23 to 12 hits.
Okay, Eric.
I say 30 to 15.
19 to 19.
No way.
Wow.
So an interesting stat here. I'm just looking. Who do you think on the Leafs would have the most hits?
Matthews.
Muzzin.
Okay, both wrong. Matthews only had one this game, and Muzzin actually had. Okay, so he had 3. So he was second most. Pierre Engvall had 4 hits.
Wow.
Wow. He's a big guy though, so
Two
makes
two
sense.
penalty minutes. I like the way Pierre Engvall played.
Oh yeah.
Just to be
He can
honest
see
with you
over
guys.
everyone with that neck, man.
He's got a long neck. No, but I like the way he plays. Like, if it was up to me and I was putting together a Leafs fourth line, it would be Spezza, Engvall, and Boyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all hard
be-
workers. They're
that's what I
actually
would
all
put.
very hard workers.
That's what I would put. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I would put. Anyways,
Wait, hold on. One
Oh.
more question. I don't know if you had any more other stats, but I just want to bring up one thing. Did you guys notice Nick Patan with Matthews and Marner on the power play?
yeah, he looked good.
Really? You thought he looked good?
Yeah, he actually made a nice play off the faceoff one time.
Yeah,
What did you think?
I don't know what to think because it's like
He's obviously not like. I don't know why they put those type of guys. Like, they had Kerfoot with them, and then they had Patan, but they took him off after like a minute, and then they put Tavares out there. So, I mean, he wasn't terrible, but he didn't make like a difference.
He didn't
but
stand out, right? So
he didn't stand out or anything, but he was like good enough. Like, he did the job. So, all right, and then blocks, kind of boring stat, but the Leafs had 18.
I think we won.
Yeah, the Leafs had 18,
Oh, for sure.
and then the Canadiens had 9. So
Double.
blocks are an interesting category. It's kind of spread out among the team, except for like the defenseman. Hull had 4, which is a lot for fantasy points, by the way.
Yeah.
you might have to pick him up.
Hull actually had a ton of fantasy points today.
Well, actually, snipped today
because he had a goal. He was +1. He had 1 shot on goal, 3 hits, 4 blocks.
Wow.
And two takeaways.
Do you want me to check his fantasy right now?
That would be 4.1 points. Or no, 4.5.
Well, a goal is 2. Well, it depends on what league you're in, but either way,
Yeah.
Muzzin had a good fantasy day, and he had a good day in real life.
You mean Hull?
So. Sorry, I meant Hull.
Well, both did. Muzzin had 3 assists.
Well, Muzzin's always good.
Another thing, Muzzin had 3 assists, contributed on every goal. So Muzzin had 3 assists, 3 hits, 1 block. So that's a pretty.
I'm pretty sure I'm playing against Muzzin this week.
Well, that's not fun.
You want to hear another outrageous stat?
Sure.
Muzzin had 3 assists. I think the most points out of anyone on the team, and he didn't even get 1, 2, or a 3rd star.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they give it to
Jude.
I have 2 of 3 stars. I had 2 of 3 stars on my team today.
Who?
Anderson and Tavares. Got you.
Morgan Riley did not have a great game.
He played good defensively, I found.
Actually, the Riley and Brody were the good defensive pair today. Surprisingly, it's usually Muzzin and Hull, but Muzzin and Hull were the offensive guys today.
Exactly.
And Riley and Brody were the defensive guys. So it's good to have switch nights like that, though. Like,
for sure.
It's to give.
That's how you know your team's good.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the playoffs is all about players stepping up, and if they can have that in the regular season, they'll be
for
set.
sure.
Exactly. So that's basically all the stats. We go to the Canadiens quickly. Eric's favorite player in the NHL, Nick Suzuki, did absolutely nothing. So he had 3 shots on goal, and that's it. Kotkaniemi had 3 shots on goal, and that's it.
The rookie just stepped up this game.
Their whole team really didn't do much.
I mean,
Josh Anderson had a goal and 4 hits.
What about Weber?
Weber had 1 hit, 3 blocks, -3, by the way.
Wow.
So, yeah. And Weber, honestly, talking just like when we're on the topic of Weber, I just don't like him as I don't know. It's obviously biased, and I don't like the Canadiens or whatever, but I feel like he's just out there like, come on, you land on your elbow on Tavares' head accidentally. Come on.
That was so perfect. That was so on purpose.
And like the last game, he cross-checked Matthews. he cross-checked Matthews so hard in the back that
Yeah,
Matthews like
yeah.
fell over and like had all his back pain and stuff. It's like, come on, you know? There's no point for that. I don't know. I didn't like him. I don't like the way he plays.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
sure
like
if he was on
Subban
the
much
Leafs,
more.
I'm
I
sure
like
if he was
Subban
on the
much
Leafs,
more.
I'd like him. Yeah, Subban kind of fell off though right now.
Yeah. I mean, he actually had a pretty good start to the season,
Did he?
and then
No, he did. And
Like,
then
it
one of
wasn't
his
bad.
goals got called back, and then he played shit after that.
yeah, that just destroyed him.
Yeah.
Yo, baby arms.
For the people listening on Spotify, Felly is putting his hands at a bad angle, so that or a far angle, so that it looks like he has small arms.
Does it actually look like I have small arms?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not really.
Oh, dang it.
You need to put them back further. Put them back further. Yeah,
Okay,
now they look smaller.
a little bit.
Stop lying, Eric.
All right. I'll just go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the Buds in the Box. I will see you next time. Who are the Leafs playing next game?
Montreal, Saturday.
Saturday? They have like a
Yeah.
4-day break?
Saturday at 6:00, 6:30.
Okay. I guess we'll see you guys Saturday.
Yep. All right, see you guys.
Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.
Bye.